Are you stupid or something? You probably are, and buddy, that's alright. You're in the right place to learn some stuff, so stick around and you just might. My name is Notme, and I'll be asking some Q's, and at the end you'll be riddled with A's. You might score real high, but even if not, you'll sure be glad you played. If you're looking for prizes, just move along, there's no money for you to earn. You win by trying and doing your best, your prize is the stuff you learn. If you want to be an artiste, you have to know all you can about the world of art. So engage with this quiz, and at the end you'll say, I am smart.
I am not me. I am art. And I am your host. I am your host for I Am Smart, the quiz where people look to improve their art, their lives, and their selves through learning and earn the right to say, I am smart. The format of the quiz is very simple, very straightforward. 3 rounds of questions for your brain, 3 musings for your imaginosphere, and a 2-point bonus round at the end. 20 points overall. That's what we've got. That's what we were working towards. That's the maximale. All you're going to need for this quiz, something to write with. Here's an example. Post-it notes. That's something to write on, rather. Something to write with. Here's a red biro. That's just one example. A brain for thinking and an imaginosphere for imagining. Optional is a beverage for drinking, because whilst it's got absolutely nothing to do with the actual quiz, we do like to kick things off with a brief toast. So here we go. Please charge your glasses. To ancient Chinese remedies. Those of you who follow me on the socials, you'll know that I have been suffering with COVID. I was actually probably suffering with COVID last week for Art Right Now. I just didn't know it. I was just soldiering through. Ignorance was bliss in that sense. Today, I know that I've got COVID and I'm still here. I'm still bringing livetainment to you. And thanks in part to this stuff. This is a remedy that was recommended to me. You'll apologize for my pronunciation, but I'll do my absolute best. Ninjom Peipacoa, parentheses, herbal formula. It's just it's kind of like cough syrup, essentially. And you dissolve a little bit of this into some warm water. Neck that, and it does just work just to soothe the ill effects of the COVID. And I would recommend this. I'm not one for recommendations, but I would recommend this both for its medicinal purposes, and of course, at some point there is a good chance, and I'm not one for necessarily getting involved in world politics too much, but there is a chance that at some point within the next 50 years, China will rule everything. And at the point where my handler, whatever the Chinese version of a commandant, comes along and rounds me up and sends me to work, I think it would benefit me to have 1 or 2 conversation starters. Do you understand? And I think that's, hey, I take this stuff for, oh yeah, me too, here we go. And then we can be chums. It's the two dog situation. So, sorry, apologies. And to ancient Chinese remedies. Cheers. I'll do number 2 on that one as well. Apologies for the slightly late start. Look at this. Oh, there's a darker one and a lighter one to represent the two sides of the Notme Household Canine Binary. I'll say that again. The Notme Household Canine Binary. And that's quite a fun one to say there. Quite a fun one to say. Let's pop the chat out. Let's put it in a slightly more visible place for me, just so I can interact with it in a more meaningful way. How are we all? It's the first quiz of the new year, first quiz of 2024, and I hope you're all as excited for it as I am. Apologies for the slightly late start, but we're absolutely going to make the most of this. Here we go. Who have we got? Definitely not Duda, ready to learn. always a pleasure to see you. I should be slightly further over, shouldn't I? Nana Hobob, Happy New Year, Smarties. Absolutely. I think it's still applicable to say Happy New Year. We're still in the first half of the first month. So Happy New Year to you, Nana. Happy New Year to you all. SJ Beck 72, lovely to see you. Hi, Smarties. Super Nash 18, wonderful stuff. Monkey Pixie Funk, hi to you, Monkey Pixie Funk. Nightlock 29, a newbie. Hello, Nightlock 29, lovely to see you. TB Douglas, wonderful. Hello, Smarties. You soldiered through incredibly well. I don't have, I'm not a soldier, so in terms of soldiering, I can't soldier through too well, but what I can do, about to make a clever point here, what I can do is soldier through, because I do have lots of soul. Worth it. Amazing commitment, thank you. You're absolutely welcome, definitely. Commitment at its highest. Thank you, Nightlock29. Was caught up watching the outcome of a Mr. Beast video. Oh gosh, Maple Panda. Well, don't hold it back. Don't hold it back. Please let us know the ending of the Mr. Beast video. Did he make lots of money? Did he make lots of money from the high view count? The NHCB, absolutely, AOL Time Warner. The NHCB, Notme Household Canine Binary. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Soldier. Yeah, I got soul. I am a soldier, but that works better written, because soldier and soldier are homonyms. Let's get on with some quizzing, shall we? We've got some rounds here. We've got a dozen rounds to choose from, as per usual. Here we go. We've got a music collage, Uzi Choose, Order, Alphabet, Iconic Art, Movie Ladder, I Know That Voice, Haikus Day, Red Herring, Gimme 5, Nart, and Look Close. The exciting thing today, guys, is at the tail end of last year, we had a Christmas quiz and we had a regular quiz to finish up the year. The high point score of the regular quiz was TB Douglas, but TB couldn't choose rounds for the Christmas quiz because there were only 3 rounds. Because I ain't preparing 12 Christmas themed rounds. I'm not insane, right? So what that means is that today, both AOL Time Warner Official, who was the high point scorer of the Christmas quiz, and TB Douglas, who was the high point scorer of the last pre-Christmas quiz, get to choose a round. So please, at your leisure, but hopefully within the next 20 to 25 minutes, AOL Time Warner Official and TB Douglas straight in there. TB Douglas, an old pro, being a high point scorer. Absolutely, TB Douglas. Movie Ladder. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people very excited about the Movie Ladder. And AOL Time Warner Official goes for Haikus Day. Fabulous, fabulous stuff. That does mean that we still have one round to choose. And I'll be doing that for you right now, if that's okay. And I can take my sweet time with it because I've only got to choose one. Here we go. That's too cocky, too confident. That was always a possibility. Haikus Day. AOL Time Warner Official had already chosen Haikus Day. So let's choose another. Let's go with a lovely pink, a lovely dusty pink. If this is Movie Ladder, so help me God. This is Music Collage. So we've got one multi-meads as well as the 2 old textual standards. Wonderful. So we've got Movie Ladder, we've got Music Collage, and we've got a little bit of Haikus Day. Nightlock 29. What was going on with that? With the emotes going on there? She looked wonderful. Well, saw her at the corner of my eye, just over the screen, and I said, "Oh, who's this young lady? Who is that? What's her deal?" Anybody want? She's moving her head in kind of a fun way. She seems kind of fun-loving, kind of easygoing. Who have we got? I was moving in the chat. That's exciting. Nightlock 29. What was that? What was that? Maybe we'll never know. Very exciting though. Who is this? Yeah, she does seem pretty chill. Thank you, TB. Seeking out these women. Thank you, TB. Appreciate that very much. Who wants to get on with the quiz? Shall we start with... Let's finish with the music collage. Thank you, Monkey Pixie Funk. It was none of those people, but still, I appreciate you getting involved. Let's kick off with the movie ladder, guys. Let's do it. Climbing that ladder. Climbing that ladder, guys. Oh, where am I? Oh, I disappeared myself. AOL Time Warner official. Excellent work. In the movie ladder round, Notme will give you 6 movies in order. Between each movie is a space for an actor. Your task is to fill in each gap with the name of an actor that has been in the movie above them and below them. Oh my goodness. Very, very exciting. Let's have a look at our ladder today. It is, of course, because Wonka is one of the big movies. One of the big movies at the moment. That's going too far back. Do I need to cheat the camera a little bit? Maybe. So that's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but that is going quite far down. So we've got Wonka. It's a big movie at the moment. Wonderful movie, filled with laughter and chocolate. Wonka. We've got Dune. We've got the and this is Dune. I suppose technically Dune Part 1. It's the only one that's out so far. And this is the more recent one, the Denis Villeneuve, more than the I don't even know who directed the other one, but I know that it had Sting in it. I think Sting was in it. Sting. The Greatest Showman, Les Miserables, again the more recent one. Alice in Wonderland, again the more recent one. And then Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, again the more recent one. Well, you know that from the title. This isn't Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. This is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So guys, I just need you to work it. Who was in Wonka and Dune? Who's in Dune and the Greatest Showman? Who's in the Greatest Showman and Les Miserables? Who's in the Les Miserables and Alice in Wonderland, Tim Burton version? Who's in Alice in Wonderland, the Tim Burton version, and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the Tim Burton version? Oh, that's interesting. A couple of Tim Burtons at the bottom. Didn't even realize that. So feel free to fill those out at your leisure. Nightlock 29. Wonka is very good. Would highly recommend. That is a highly recommend from Nightlock 29. Wonderful stuff. There's a chat coming through. Am I picking up everything? Let's move the movie ladder. Let's move you up. And then what else did we have? Music collage. We'll get that in. That was Haikus there, wasn't it? Yep. Okay, we're good. Just had to double check that the chat thing was still working. I fear this may be a low scoring round for poor team Monkey Pixie Funk. You've got it, guys. You've got it. I believe in you. I haven't tried to noodle around here. All of these are I would say in the top 3 build actors in each of these films. That's actually it. Both of those being interesting. Well, we'll see. There is one that I have thought of that definitely fits for all of these. But if there are other ones, if there are other people that I haven't even thought of that are in, say, both Les Mis and Alice in Wonderland, then bring them to the table, because we're going to go through it all. You'll definitely get a point for it, and you'll get some croc points. You'll get some croc points as well, which is lovely. Where are we? Where's croc points? Oh, we're down here. Okay. Croc points. Okay. And then the musing of this, because we are dealing with Wonka, of course. Wonka is about an impossibly talented chocolatier who can create sweet treats that produce incredible effects. What is your dream candy? And this is a dream candy that exists, is in the Wonka sphere. So obviously he has stuff that, if you do a fart, then you get to fly. This is the level that we're dealing with here. I'm not just thinking like, where's your dream candy? Well, it's chocolate, but also with some nougat and some soft caramel. I mean, sure, but maybe let's pitch it a bit higher. Let's really let our imaginospheres run wild on this one. Lovely stuff. And guys, very simply, that's round 1. Whoa! Oh, of course I didn't do it. I never turn it off, do I? Oh, that's up there. That's fine. That's fine. I'm willing to live with that. How are we doing, guys? How are we doing? Gosh, it all felt rather fraught on the run up to this. I thought I had enough time, and then I just didn't. I just didn't have enough time, which then led to this. You think you've got enough time. Hey, I've got COVID. I'm staying at home. I've got all the time in the world. But, time passes. It's the thing that time does. You cannot stop it. Absolutely cannot stop it. Do we want a second round? I think we should have a second round, shall we? The choice of AOL Time Warner Official. Let's get poetic. Haikus Day, baby. Hikey Tuesday. Poems are great, guys, because they don't say exactly what they mean. There's always an element of interpretation. You could be reading a poem that's talking about eating breakfast. That's great. Sure, everybody loves breakfast, but it's not actually about breakfast, guys. If you actually know what you're thinking about, it's about absentee fathers. Because the dads say, cheerio. As an artiste, you need to be able to interpret the art, the poetry, the words, the verse properly. So I've written 5 poems here, and you just need to tell me what they are about. Thank you, AOL Time Warner Official. I love that this is your new job. I love that more than you could possibly imagine. And I think you've got a pretty good imaginosphere. They're all on topic. To make it slightly easier for you, the topic is simply this: movie dogs. That's right. In some ways, to commemorate the fact that I now do have a plural of dogs, a duality of dogs, a diptych of dogs. Each one of these will be about a movie dog. I would love the names of the movie dogs. I will accept, and I think you should accept as well, because you're going to be marking these yourselves, so be kind to yourselves. I will accept the name of the movie, okay? But each one of these is about a movie dog. AOL Time Warner Official, I'm very happy to have a job. A lot of people are very happy to have jobs. A lot of people lose money when these kind of mergers happen. So good to be able to... I'm happy to be able to offer jobs, especially voluntary ones that cost me $0. Here we go. Haiku number 1. Punted off a bridge, but returned to rescue Ron and eat wheels of cheese. Punted off a bridge, but returned to rescue Ron and eat wheels of cheese. What movie dog is this? Or bare minimum, what movie is this movie dog from? Punted off a bridge, but returned to rescue Ron and eat wheels of cheese. Definitely not due to loving it already, which is very exciting for me. You know, you love to get these positive reactions from your poems. Haiku number 2. Slow to animate, but quick with cheese and biscuits. Parentheses, the Brits often are. Interesting. Slow to animate, but quick with cheese and biscuits. The Brits often are. Yep. Just like to double check my working. Always good to double check my working. What do we think here? Haiku number 3. No rule against it, though there probably should be, for basketball's sake. No rule against it, though there probably should be, for basketball's sake. To what, dog, could I be referring? To what movie could I be referring? Been watching a lot of movies in my infirmity. TB Douglas, not going great so far. That's fine. That's fine, TB, because as we always say here at I Am Smart, the Notme Quiz HQ, you're either demonstrating knowledge or you're gaining knowledge, yeah? You get the question right or you learn a little something. Both of those are priceless in that, I'm not charging you to watch. Number 4. Owen's willful son. He is a naughty good boy. Sorry, was. Spoilers. So this one involves a little bit of spoiler action, which is, I don't like to rely on too much because I want a lot of people to be able to, but I think this is one of those, Sixth Sense, Psycho, Usual Suspects type twists. And it's not even a twist, it's just a thing that happens at the end of the movie. Okay? Sad times from Nana Hobart. Nana's got it. Nana understands. Okay, Owen. Who is Owen? Who's a famous Owen? Who could I possibly be expecting you to kind of know who that is? Is there another clue about which Owen it is? Might I be taking credit for that when we go through the answers? I might just be. And the final haiku of this round. 3 hands inside him. Whoa. What are we even talking about here, guys? Oh, puppet. 3 hands inside him. The first of this puppet type. And a pianist. Ooh. 3 hands inside him. The first of this puppet type. What puppet type? And a pianist. Gracious me. Again, just on the face of it, 5 great poems. Yeah? That's what you've got there. The fact that they form the spine the supportive spine of an excellent round of quizzing is just an added bonus, really. Feeling surprisingly good about movie dogs. That's good, Nana Hobbob. I'm pleased with that. Monkey Pixie Funk, is it possible to get minus points? I would say that's great. That's a great question. You are marking these yourself. So I think if you have particularly low self-esteem for whatever reason, and you get a question so wrong that you want to run back some of the points, that's on you. So that's one way that you could get minus points. And I don't necessarily condone that. I'm just saying it might happen. If you're feeling really down on yourself, you might say, "Oh, Monkey Pixie Funk, that was so bad, -1. Secondly, and this is maybe more of an official edict, if any of the answers that you give to any of the questions in any of my quizzes could constitute hate speech, I think we as a community need to come together and say, yeah, -1 point. Yeah? So hate speech and low self-esteem, 2 ways that you could get minus points on my quiz. Thanks. It's a great question. Great question. Fantastic poems. Well done. Thank you, definitely. Very much appreciate that compliment. Nightlock 29. All I can think of is Owen Grady from Jurassic World, but I'm pretty sure Blue, Echo, Charlie, and Delta do not count as dogs. Do you know what, Nightlock 29? Can I tell you something right now? It isn't. They aren't dogs. They are velociraptors, but you've demonstrated some wonderful adjacent knowledge. Those are croc points, yeah? That's classic croc point material. Blue, Echo, Charlie, and Delta. Lovely, lovely stuff. Well done, you. Those are your 5 haikus. That's all your questioning. That's your brain work done. Imaginosphere work done. Let's see what we've got. If your dog, or your ideal dog, if you're unfortunate enough to not be a dog owner, could talk, whose voice would you ideally like them to have? Yeah? So if you own a dog, which celeb or voiceover artist, because they don't tend to be celebs, would you want them to have? If you don't own a dog, think, if I did have a dog, whose voice would I want them to have? Do you understand this? So this is in a kind of Homeward Bound type situation where, the dogs can speak, or more recently Strays. That was R-rated. That was a little bit naughty, but still had some lovely messages in it about dog ownership. If they were anthropomorphized, if the dog could speak, whose voice would you want it to have? It's a simple question, but I think one that could lead to some pretty interesting answers. And that's the round. That's the round. That's all it takes. That's as simple as it is. That's as simple as it is. What time is it? 16:37. We're doing it, guys. We're absolutely smashing it, and I'm proud of each and every one of you for tuning in, first and foremost, and then for getting involved. Nice and simple. Nice and simple. That's 30 minutes into the stream. Let's get a bit music-y, yeah? We've done movies. Let's go to music. Whoa! Whoa, did I change this? I didn't change this, but AOL Time Warner Official, you are absolutely on it, and I'm proud of you? Yeah, let's say proud. Let's say proud. Luckily, this one's pretty easy to change over. Gosh, glad we got there, guys. Glad we got there. Because that could have been heavens. That could have been tricky. Where are we going? Where are we going? Close fits, mini quiz, only net voice, advertising fits. Music collage. There we go. There we go. I don't get that very often. Thank you. You're killing it. You're absolutely killing it. No notes. Yeah? No notes for AOL Time Warner Official. Boom, boom. The only one that could be tricky is the musing. But we'll get to that, guys. We'll get to that. So music collage, very simply, I'm going to play you a collage of songs. 3 seconds of 5 different songs. Your task is simply to write down the names of the songs. And pay attention, because I'm only going to let you listen to this one time. One time. Do we not have a theme here? We should really have a theme here, shouldn't we? Oh, I'm not going to do that now. I'm not going to do that now. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. But I'll write it on a Post-it note and I will show it to you. So all of these songs are between 2005 and 2010, and these are all big songs. Okay, big songs. You will have heard these songs before. Okay, you will have heard these songs before. Nice and simple and straightforward. Music's all around, guys. Music's all around. So are we all ready? I'm going to need at least 2 people to say, yes, I'm ready in the chat before we go ahead with this, because we're only going to do this once. And I really don't want to be accused of, do you know what I mean? That is art. Thank you, TB. Thank you, TB. My God. My God. Yes, I'm ready, says TB. Thank you, TB. Yes, I'm ready. Oh, no, that's just TB. SJBack72 just says yes. I'm going to take that as a yes. Yeah, that looks all right. Okay. Yup. Excellent stuff. Listen in.
Cutie the bomb, met her at a beauty salon with a baby.
It's like so whatever. I've been roaming around, always looking down.
Oh my goodness. How tricky have I made that? It's only 3 seconds each, guys. I think I can get away with about 6 seconds before the squares at YouTube, once this goes onto YouTube, and the people at Twitch will recognize that as like, hey, you're using somebody else's song. But I've only given you 3 here. I'm going to give you a couple more moments. So it was tricky. It was tricky. You know them all. You've heard them all. Just need those titles. Just need those titles. Because I'm always advocating for you guys to take it easy on yourselves when it comes to the answers. It's just it's not for money, it's just for fun. Let's just be kind to ourselves. Let's give ourselves a little bit of a win on a Sunday, shall we? But in this instance, I think let's go for the titles, yeah? You could probably get the artists without too much bother, but let's go for the titles. What are the titles of these songs? It's exciting. It's exciting. And then, of course, we have a musing. The clue that I will give you here, guys, and these musings are tricky. They've just got to be general music-based musings, because I can't. Anybody that I choose that's in the round, then that's going to give you an extra clue. So I basically have to just choose somebody who isn't, or some kind of musical issue that isn't part of this round. And the clue that I will give you is none of those songs were Beyonce songs. So the musing is simply, in what way is Beyonce's life most like yours? In what way is Beyonce's life most like yours? What do you think? And really get creative with this, guys. Really get creative. That is quick. It is quicker. Well, Time Warner Official, yes. Maple Panda, harder when they are so closely packed together. Yeah. Yeah. It's a music collage, guys. It's not a music. Egg box, where they're all just in their own little. Yeah. Definitely not great with the song titles so much. Well, that's fine, definitely. That's fine. I'm sure you're doing well. I'm sure you're doing well. This is nice. I've got the chat up on my phone because it's not really working so well on the computer, but it's a really good system. Really good system. And guys, that's the quiz. That's the quiz today. But give yourselves a round of applause. Give yourself a round of applause. Normally, in this instance, I'd be giving you guys a little bit of art. I mean, I suppose I could do that, couldn't I? Thank you, Maple Panda. I appreciate that. Let's see if I can't do a little bit of art. Yeah, let's see if I mean, Lord knows I've got enough of it on this golden computer. Oh, I did the 12 poems of Christmas last time. Yeah. What have we got? Okay, let's do this. Let's fit to screen. This is a piece of art. Here's a question. No, that's not. Why would that not? It should have done. But it didn't. Why did it not show up? Oh, the mouse has gone. Has everything gone? Has everything gone? No, that's connected. Okay, well, that's just not working. And that's fine. Do you know what? When somebody is not dealing with COVID, you get bonus, extra, lovely, wonderful art. When someone is dealing with COVID, you need to make sacrifices, guys. You need to make sacrifices, and sacrifices have been made. Shall we crack on with a little bit of answering? Let's do it. Let's go movie ladder first. Here we go. Movie ladder. So the musing here, Wonka is about an impossibly talented chocolatier who can create sweet treats that produce incredible effects. What is your dream candy? Guys, very simply, I just don't want you to shout out the answer out loud. I mean for you to get it in the chat, and we'll go through them afterwards. What is your answer to this musing? Dream candy, including tastes, including effects. Go wild, our movie ladder. Let's work it out. Let's work it through. First one, nice and easy, Wonka. It's probably the only guy that I could expect you to know from Wonka. He is also in Dune. It is the little wayfish boy who has to be careful walking over storm drains. And if the wind gets up a little bit too much, it is Timothée Chalamet. He's a wonderful, wonderful actor, but he is a willowy, sickly child. Lovely stuff. And then we've got Dune. Then we've got The Greatest Showman. Greatest Showman, obviously, that's is in Dune. Kind of a secondary person in both, but very, very famous. It is, again, very willowy, much like a very elegant, very beautiful, very can be quite sassy, and comes across very well in TV interviews. Praying mantis of sorts. It is Zendaya, wonderful Zendaya, big fan of her. Greatest Showman and Les Mis. Greatest Showman and Les Mis. He's the main guy in Greatest Showman. He's probably the main guy in Les Mis as well. It is a huge jacked man. He is a huge jacked man when he plays the superhero Wolverine. Les Mis and Alice in Wonderland. She bummed us out with her very close-up singing and crying in this. And she kind of creeped us out with her kind of pasty acting chops in this. It is Anne Hathaway, subtle Anne Hathaway. And then Alice in Wonderland and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Again, there might be more here because these are both Tim Burton films. And Tim Burton, I have to say, is not one for becoming friends with lots of people. Just really sticks to the people he knows. And that's absolutely fine. But in this instance, we are going for Johnny Depp, who, of course, beat Amber Heard in that court case. So that's our ladder. That is our completed ladder. Chalamet, Zendaya, Jackman, Hathaway, Depp. Wonderful, wonderful actors. Every man jack of them. Well done if you got any of those right. It can be quite tricky, I think, movie ladder. It can be quite tricky. 1 point, of course, for each of those that you get right. Wonka is about an impossibly talented chocolatier. Create sweet treats that produce incredible effects. What's your dream candy? Let's see what we've got in the chat here. AOL Time Warner Official, a Jelly Belly. I'm loving it already. Completely on board with that. That connects 2 or more people into some kind of mental instant messaging program. That is wonderful. So you have AOL Jelly Belly. I have an AOL Jelly Belly, and immediately we're linked up. Glonk glonk. And you can okay, and it's a messaging system between the 2 of them. That's lovely. That's lovely. And then if you can give those ones to lots of people, then lots of people can get in on a kind of a group chat. And then, you're never out of the gossip ever. Also very easy to organize meeting up for group activities such as table tennis or disco. And you can have a great time with that. That's lovely. A communication-based candy. Real good. Real good AOL. Definitely not due to crunchy candy, crunch, crunch, that maintains its crunch until you swallow, that also transports you to your favorite fictional land for 1 hour. Interesting. I assumed with how fervently you were going after the crunch aspect here, that crunch was going to play a part in it. Absolutely not. No, it's just going to teleport you to your favorite fictional land for 1 hour. I enjoy the limits. I enjoy people placing limits on themselves in these kinds of flights of fancy. There's no need for it really, but you don't want to go nuts with it, and I respect that a lot. That's lovely. That's lovely. Where would you go? Definitely. Which fictional land would you go to? I'd probably go to favorite fictional land. Maybe the Japan that's in Isle of Dogs. Nana Hobob, some kind of peanut butter chocolate treat. Okay, very American, if I might say so. 85% of every chocolate bar in this country contains chocolate and peanut butter, and that's no problem with that at all. Cures seasonal allergies and prevents you from snoring. It's a double doodad. Just allows you. It's just a real free breathing peanut butter candy. The peanut butter, the oils maybe will work their way into your nasal cavities and just lubricate it all out. So you have the candy. Maybe there's one blow, a single blow, and it'll just expunge all of the unwanted effluvia from inside your nasal cavities, and just 8 hours, 8 solid, beautiful, snoreless and mucus-less hours, lie awake. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful stuff. And you guys are absolutely on board with exactly the kind of level that I was looking at here. Wonderful. MPF, magical gobstopper. Gobstoppers are tough candies to get through, real tough candies to get through. I remember being a young man having a gobstopper that was so large, I had to attack it over the course of about a week. In the first few days, I had to maintain a little egg cup. So just gobstoppers in there for a couple of hours of real solid work, mouth work, sucking on the mouth work, and then just pop your gobstopper into the egg cup, give yourself a rest. Have a little shower, head to bed, get a good 8 hours, and then wake up again, ready to attack it. So gobstoppers, it's a long lasting candy, certainly, which when chewed, okay, you've absolutely thrown me here. A gobstopper that you chew? Are you kidding me? Monkey Pixie Funk, MPF? When chewed, turns the lucky individual into either a camel or a beaver for 3 minutes with comedic results. I would hope that there would be comedic results and it wouldn't be a kind of American Werewolf in London style transformation with the searing pain of your bones reforming into a different shape and size. I mean, beavers, they're only little fellas, little buggers, aren't they? The beavers. either a camel or a beaver. I'm wondering whether you get to choose. I'm wondering whether you take the candy, the gobstopper, you chew it. Again, I think we've had different gobstoppers in our lives. MPF, we've been on a different gobstopper route, essentially. And then you just have to, fingers crossed, camel, and then within that camel, are you a dromedary, are you a Bactrian? How many humps are you looking for? Lots of fun to come from that. Big knees in a camel. Lovely stuff. Nightlock 29 packet of jelly babies, where each will give me a superpower of my choice for a week. So good gracious. So a pack of jelly babies. How many babies per pack? I mean, maybe 20, maybe 25 jelly babies. So in each pack of jelly babies, you've got essentially 6 months worth of superpowers that you can choose. I mean, you bulk buy those jelly babies, a crate of them, a case of them. You're just a person with superpowers. Wow, that's incredible. And again, what superpower would you choose? If you've got that jelly baby tomorrow, Nightlock, what are you going for? You'd let me know. For me, I'd probably go for the ability to... which superpower? If I were choosing a jelly baby based superpower for a week, I'd probably go invisibility, because I wouldn't want to be invisible forever. But if I was invisible for a week, yeah, I'd find a use for it. Super Nashwan 8, Helena Bonham-Carter for number 4 as well. This is exactly what I was looking for, Nana Hobbob. Exactly what I was looking for. So she's definitely in Alice in Wonderland. Was she in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? 2005 it was. 2005. Let's have a look. I would love to be able to... She was Mrs. Bucket. It's in. That was the danger with picking 2 Tim Burton ones. You get the point, Nana. Wonderful work. Super Nashwan 8, type of praline chocolate. Again, Super Nashwan 8, one of the fancier Smarties out there, with a little top hat, little monocle, cane, and pristine white gloves every single time he plays. Type of praline chocolate that, as well as tasting delicious, provides you with an instant mental and physical boost equivalent to 8 hours of sleep. Oh, that's wonderful. Just boom, it's like you've had a full 8 hours. And because then you never need to sleep. And then hobbies-wise, you're absolutely off to the races. That's stupendous, Super Nashwan 8. That's stupendous. Think, I haven't been able to finish that puzzle. Yeah, well, you don't need to sleep tonight. You had a magical praline before bed, and now you've got another 8 hours to work on that puzzle. Go for it. You can at least get the edges done. Lovely stuff. TB Douglas, a sucky sweet, not specified, that is warming, so you can have them on cold days to stay warm while out and about. That's lovely. So like a little hand warmer, little palm warmer for your pocket, but it's interior, it's within you, and it warms you from the inside out. Lovely stuff. SJ 72, same as Super Nashwan 8's. Interesting. Except that each packet comes with a guarantee of 6 months of free dental work. Wowzers. Except that each packet comes with a guarantee of 6 months of free dental work. Because of the amount of praline chocolates that you're eating? I mean, there's a astonishing, a vicious practicality to that, SJ 72. Absolutely wonderful work. Super speed my first week, then maybe invisibility. Lovely. She was also in Les Mis. My God, Helena Bonham-Carter gets around, doesn't she? What else? Let's have a look. Wait, well let's go on to. Let's go to main here. We do like to just make sure these things are working properly. No, not that. This. Yes. Let's see her. Come on, Helena. There we go. IMDb. Because this is thrilling. This is absolutely thrilling. Real time. Les Mis. Madame Thénardier. Good Lord. You can only use her once, I will say. You can only use her once. But she could be an answer for both 4 and 5 then. Good Lord. Helena Bonham-Carter's all over this week. Gracious. Enola Holmes as well. Is there anything that woman can't do? I meant the Les Mis to Alice connection, but the Alice to Wonka connection makes sense. She's absolutely everywhere. You cannot escape Helena Bonham-Carter. Check under your rugs, guys. She might be there, yeah? She might be the rug because her hair is often unkempt. She's a wonderful, wonderful woman. And she doesn't worry too much about her appearance. Points all round for the musing, guys. Absolutely points all round for the musing. What have we got? What was the next one? Haikus Day. We're at 5 o'clock. It's fine. The musing was, if your dog or your ideal dog, if you're unfortunate enough to not be a dog owner, could talk, whose voice would you ideally like them to have? Guys, I need you to get it in the chat. That's where I need it. I need it. So give it to me. As we go through these haikus. Haiku number 1, punted off a bridge, but returned to rescue Ron and eat wheels of cheese. That's Baxter from Anchorman. It's a wonderful name for a dog. It's a wonderful movie. Anchorman, of course, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. Yeah, he gets punted off a bridge by Jack Black. Some people do forget that. Returned to rescue Ron at the end of the film from bears and eat wheels of cheese. He is able to eat an entire wheel of cheese. Ron is not angry. Even at that, he's impressed. Number 2, slow to animate but quick with cheese and biscuits. The Brits often are. Slow to animate, so it's an animated dog, but slower than original hand-drawn animation. Maybe claymation. Quick with cheese and biscuits. The Brits often are. It's a British animated dog, Gromit. Wonderful Gromit from The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Wonderful dog. Wonderful film. A lot of arts and crafts in there. A lot of creativity and craftsmanship in those films. Wonderful. Number 3, no rule against it. There probably should be for basketball's sake. Basketball dog? No rule against it? Of course, it's Buddy from Air Bud. It's a dog that plays basketball because technically there's no rule against dogs playing basketball in this particular tournament. Though, as I say, there probably should be. Because I think no matter how good the dog is at basketball, it does run the risk of bringing the game into disrepute. Number 4. Owen's willful son. He's a naughty good boy. Sorry, was. Spoilers. Owen's willful son. Let's get rid of that. Owen's Wilson. Owen Wilson. He is a naughty good boy. Naughty, but also a good boy. Was. Spoilers. He dies. It's Marley and me. And the dog, what was the dog called? Marley. Of course it was called Marley. Terrific film. Incredibly sad, but incredibly life-affirming as well, as a lot of the best sad films are. Well done if you got that one right. The final one, 3 hands inside him. The first of this puppet type and a pianist. 3 hands. First of this puppet type. What kind of puppet types are there? Marionettes, maybe? Maybe Muppets, perhaps? 3 hands inside him. So he's a 3-hand Muppet with two working hands. Obviously, Kermit tends to just go for one hand, and then the other one's, and a pianist. He was the first. It's Rolf. Various Muppet films. You can choose whichever one you want. Muppet Christmas Carol, The Muppet Movie, Muppet Treasure Island, The Muppets. What's the second recent one? Muppets Most Wanted, maybe something about criminals. Ricky Gervais is in it. Rolf. Yeah, he was the very first Muppet that Jim Henson created. Very exciting, very exciting. So well done if you've got any of those. Again, some of those are quite tricky. They're probably easy once you do. Oh, yeah, it was that one, wasn't it? But at the time, they can be quite tricky. So well done if you've got any of those right. But let's see some of these dog voices. Orson Welles, says AOL Time Warner official. Wonderful voice on Orson Welles. I knew how to make Citizen Kane simply because I didn't know what you couldn't do. I didn't know how to make a movie. Wonderful. Lovely, lovely stuff. Maria Bamford. This is definitely not Duda. Couldn't have gone for much different an option from Orson Welles to Maria Bamford. It's the whole panoply of human experience, I believe, between those two. Orson Welles to Maria Bamford. Both very talented people in very different ways and with very different voices. I worry with Orson Welles that I would start to feel a little bit intimidated by my dog. I would start to feel like the dog knew more than me. I would start to question, is this dog a good boy? Or am I a good boy? Would the dog start calling me a good boy because of the natural authority contained within Orson Welles' voice? It's a possibility. Maria Bamford, on the other hand, you're thinking, gosh, what is this dog going to talk to me about next? There's a lot going on with Maria Bamford. A lot going on. And there's certainly an intelligence to it. But there's not necessarily the greatest amount of logical through thought. But great. T.B. Douglas, Jeffrey Wright. Jeffrey Wright. It's a great deep voice. It is a great voice. It is a deep voice. And I think it would be funny to have a serious voice like that, asked to go to the toilet, have a treat, etc. Absolutely. You think about the base needs of a dog, what a dog is going to be mostly asking you. It's, can I have a cuddle? Can I go out for a wee? Can I have some food? And those three requests in a very deep and dark and Jeffrey Wright kind of voice, it would work. It would work. It would have that comedy working through it. That's good. Nana Hobbob says, Oprah Winfrey. I'd like to go to the bathroom. Could work. Everybody, check under your seats. I've left a poop there. Maybe. It's the giveaway nobody wants to win, but there's still that excitement of like, ooh, what's it going to be? Clark Peters, says SJ Beck 72. Clark Peters. I think we're going to have to go back to Maine, aren't we? Clark Peters. He's an actor from Active Shooter. It doesn't have a picture though. This can't be it. Actor and additional crew. No, it can't be it. We're going to have to go beyond the Clark Peters. Oh, yes. Interesting. Peter Clark, known professionally as Clark Peters, is an American-British actor, writer, and director. From The Wire. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Again, going with the wonderful depth to the voice. Really good stuff. And he's one of those actors. He's not often the main dude. He is in The Wire. He's the guy who does like puzzles or like paints things, isn't he? The little furnitures. He's not often the main guy, but he's one of those guys that if you see him in a film, you think, yeah, he's about to make this better. Lovely stuff. Great choice, SJ Beck. Great choice indeed. We've got Roger Moore from It's Maple Panda. Of course, James Bond being the main thing. Roger Moore. When I poop for king and country. When I poop. Roger Moore. I'll work on it. Brian from Family Guys, the Super Nashwan, 8 lovely stuff. Keeping it within the canine realm, I think, just to make you feel a little bit more comfortable with it all. I've got no problem with that whatsoever. And MPF says Brian Blessed. Americans probably know him best as the guy with the wings from Flash Gordon, or the guy who does, I believe he does a voice in one of the Star Wars films. I wouldn't know because I've never seen Star Wars, which I suppose is quite interesting. But how does he talk?
I'd probably like to have a treat right now.
Something like that. Points all round. And let's go finale to... You're excited for it. I'm excited for it. No. The musing, of course. In what way is Beyonce's life most like yours? I would like you to get it in the chat, please. I would like you to get it in the chat if you would be so bold. In what way is Beyonce's life most like yours? Let's get these answers going. I wish you luck. We'll have the questions first, and then we'll go for
Cutie the bomb, met her at a beauty salon with a baby.
It's like so whatever. I've been roaming around, always looking down.
Let's go for these answers now.
Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke.
I'm on tonight, you know my hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel you, boy.
You know that I could use somebody.
You know that I could use somebody, someone like you. Oh. 5 absolute barnstormers of songs there. You know them all. You know all of them. You know absolutely every single one of them. The difficulty is picking through that, of course. When they're, as I believe Maple Panda was saying, one after the other. Very tricky. So if you got 3 of those, very well done. Very, very well done. Let's see what we've got here on the chat. In what way is your life most like Beyonce? AOL Time Warner Official. We have both been done wrong by Jay-Z. AOL Time Warner Official. Been done wrong by Jay-Z? That's a shame. That's a real shame. I mean, he's gifted you a lot of wonderful music. I mean, maybe not necessarily to AOL Time Warner. Specifically, he did set up Tidal because he wanted people to stream his music through there. But I believe it's still available on other avenues. If you'd like to go into detail about how Jay-Z has wronged you, please feel free. If you don't want to, then I'd be happy to speculate. Maybe Jay-Z once cut in line in front of you. That's never nice. And yes, he only was buying 2 apples and a pint of milk. But still, like, at the very least, ask. Yeah? Ask whether it's okay. Maybe Jay-Z once scuffed up your new sneaks. You know, you had some pristine white sneakers and Jay-Z just scuffed them up. That's never nice. Gosh, what else could Jay-Z have done? Maybe you're just walking around You were just walking around, and Jay-Z was just walking in front of you, but at a speed where it was slower than you wanted to walk, but it was too fast for you to really comfortably overtake. So you just stuck behind him. You just stuck behind him. It just, every step, because you're walking slower than you could do, every step just feels like more and more of your vitality and life force is just leaking out of you, perhaps. All I can say is that there were some big contracts and partnerships in the work, but things fell through. Could have really got me out of a few jams. Well, that's a shame as well, because that's big sums of money. When you're dealing when it's Jay-Z sums of money, that's big sums of money. So absolutely, both been done wrong, and my thoughts are with you at this time. AOL Time Warner official. Definitely not. Do we both wear makeup? Yeah, you do. Though I'm sure the application process looks very different. I imagine a lot of famous people, especially stage performers, the application of their makeup would shock and astonish and really take one back. You think, my word, the amount of makeup going on here is quite something to behold. Maybe just being brought on by not necessarily a trowel, but a trowel-like implement, of course, just because it's just flawless, the complexion by the end of it. And you think, well, human beings aren't like that. Yeah? Plastic is like that. Okay? A delightfully lacquered table is like that. Yeah? Formica is as smooth as that. Human skin, not so much, without a lot of help. So, don't feel bad about the lack of makeup. Definitely, this is not human levels of makeup. This is celeb levels of makeup. Maple Panda, Beyonce, and I have both been to New York many times. She's been to New York, so yeah, that's nice. You've trod the same pavements, sidewalks, as Beyonce. Absolutely. TB Douglas, I also have a super confident alter ego for my work, but mine has slightly less attitude. I have a super confident alter ego. So you're talking of Sasha Fierce, of course, for Beyonce. Who is your super confident alter ego? Are they named TB, or is it more of just a vibe? I'd love to hear more about that. Fabulous stuff. Nana Hobble, we both enjoy lemonade. She enjoys it. Yeah, she doesn't have to always. You shouldn't, need to always be drinking it, because of course you know how men be. Unless I'm misunderstanding the meaning of that song/album, I think she wouldn't have called it lemonade if she didn't enjoy it. If she actively didn't enjoy it, yeah. Even if there were many levels and layers of meaning in that song/album, I know what you mean. It was all kind of one big concept, wasn't it, that took us all by storm in that summer. But yeah, who doesn't love a bit of lemonade? Either real lemonade or your kind of more spritey versions. MPF, both Beyonce and I have brown eyes and have the middle name Giselle. Ooh, Monkey Giselle Pixie Funk, or is it Monkey Pixie Giselle Funk? Either way, it's, I'm sure, give you a lot of trouble at school. And then finally, Beyonce, Supernash18 says, Beyonce and I share the same favorite number, 4. Well, that's good. It's a lovely number. It's got the Rushmore connotations. Yeah. It's also got the square. Yeah. That's a very powerful shape. You think, right, well, there's one here, but then there's 3 others. So that's nice. I didn't realize that was Beyonce's favorite number. Sure, the other members of Destiny's Child might say that her favorite number is number 1. But it's nice to think in these ways, nice to think in these terms, that, yeah, Beyonce has a fabulous life, of course, but if we all have these, makeup, walking through New York, favorite number's 4, been wronged by Jay-Z, if we've all got these little elements, then it really does go to show that there's more that unites us than separates us. Yeah, we're all a little troop of Beyoncés in many ways. TB Dogs, it's just a vibe, really. She pretends to know what she's doing. It's useful for me. Good play. Good luck to you, TB. Points all round to all of my little Beyoncés in the chat here. Let's head back to Maine. Oh, Clark Peters, there he is. He's still there. So those are all the questions. Those are all the points that you're going to get this week. Or are they? It's the minute to win it, guys. It's the minute to win it. Here we have not just a black box, it's a live feed. It's a live feed, guys. Going to, I can see it right there. I can see it right there. It's my light box. But what is on my light box? Let's have it. Oh, connecting to chat. My chat thing has kind of really been noodling around today, and I thought it was... there we go. I thought it was the VPN thing that I normally have on just to protect me and my loved ones. But I turned that off, and it's still noodling around. But this has been a great help. So thank you to mobile phones. So I'm going to give you a topic, and I have written down an example of that topic on the light box. I'm going to be communicating that to you. I, a great artist. Ooh, Brendan Fraser. Just trying to get ahead. It's a little bit of an insult, I will say, to Brendan Fraser in a way that you couldn't possibly know. So I'm sure he's going to forgive you. But each guest has to be in its own chat category. I can't fault your enthusiasm there, Nana. That's wonderful stuff. I am suffering through still. You've probably forgotten about it because I've been handling it all so well. But I'm still suffering through COVID-19 at the moment, guys. As I talk to you, as I entertain you, as I educate you, COVID-19. And so that has inspired this thought. If you can connect with me, a great artist, and think about what I'm thinking, then I think you're going to do all right, art-wise. We're talking about diseases. Brendan Fraser is not a disease. I cannot stress that enough. But let's see what we've got going on here. Wow, says Maple Panda. Absolutely. Definitely not doing a straight in with cancer. Nana Hobbob with polio. Absolutely. Cheese, says Monkey Pixie Funk. Not quite, I'm afraid. Cancer, strep throat, Lyme or Lyme's disease. Lovely. Yellow fever. Chickenpox, multiple sclerosis, says Supernatural. Lovely. Measles, says SJBeck72. Typhoid, tonsillitis, AIDS, flu, mumps, rubella, dementia, diabetes, malaria, man flu, scarlet fever, Alzheimer's, rubella. I'm sending it through. Gangrene. Lovely, lovely phonetic spelling there, Airwell Time Warner Official. Very exciting. Pancreatitis, diphtheria, TB. Should have got that TB. Malaria, COVID-19, cholera, MS, diarrhea. Lovely stuff. Last few coming in. Bubonic plague. Let's go old school, Nana. Let's go old school. Emphysema, AIDS again, dementia again, ALS again. Forgetting that we wrote dementia before. Probably understandable there from TB. Black Death, plague. Hitting the bubonic, hitting the buboes quite hard there. Gout, the king's disease, says Super Nash Ran 8. A tickly cough, Crohn's, cold sore, real spectrum of severity here for our diseases that we're dealing with here. Chilblains, a fitting end there. Monkey Pixie Funk. Excitingly, ticklish. Not sure that's a disease, but I appreciate you thinking outside the box. Scabies, good lord. Well, hopefully, guys, in a way, by us detailing all of these, hopefully we're all now immune. I'm not sure that's necessarily how it works, but hopefully. Jaundice, AOL Time Warner Official. Tonsillitis, says SJ Beck 72. Good lord. What a miserable, miserable list. But somebody got it, guys. Somebody got it. And it was Measles SJ Beck 72. Round of applause for SJ Beck 72, who managed to infer. And so you get a bit of this, and you get a bit of this. And, oh no, the thing's going. The old mouse is packing up. It says connected now, but it's still not moving. It's still not moving. Yeah, I know connection's lost. I know connection's lost, computer. Let's get it back. Let's get it back. Still not doing it. Okay, let's get another mouse then. Let's try and find another mouse here. Let's wait, is that gonna? No, that's not gonna work there. Let's get another mouse going. Here we go. He's walked in front of the thing, so you can see that it's a live feed. That's a nice ancillary benefit. I wasn't quite expecting that, but it all counts. It all counts. It's not that. What is that? That's that. So that okay, so I shouldn't really take that out. Does that work? Putting it in there. Putting it in there. Let's get another mouse going. There we go. Well done, SJBX72. There we go. We have an alternate mouse working here, which means, guys, that you've got all the points that you could get. So let's top them up. Let's get them in the chat. Let's top them up. Let's get them in the chat. 1 point for every correct answer. 1 point for every musing that you wrote down. And while you get your scores in the chat, guys, while that happens, I want to remind you that in this quiz, you're only competing against yourself. That's true. You're only competing against yourself. There's no point threshold to being smart. If you've got all the questions right that you realistically could have been expected to get, then you are smart. Art doesn't become successful, guys, let me tell you, because of the opinions of others or box office numbers. Art becomes successful when you yourself say, yeah, that's great. And if you think your performance today was great, then it was great. No two ways about it. And if you're watching this on YouTube, not live, please make sure that you write down your score and your musing answers in the comments below. Or if you're watching it on Twitch, not live as well, I would love to hear how you did. Get your answers, get your musing answers, get your scores in the chat, because that would thrill me. It really would. Whoa, high scores here, high scores. Nana with 14, well done you. Definitely with 15, excellent stuff. Super Nashman 8 with 9, lovely work there. SJBX 72 with 11. That's great work. AOL Time Warner Official 13. Well done you. TB with 14. Congrats. Monkey Pixie Funk with a very, very solid 8. Well done to each and every handsome / pretty, depending where on the spectrum of attractiveness you are. Well done you. But that does mean lost count, and not because it was such a high score. That's fine, Maple Pound. Let's say 8. Yeah, 8's good. 8's good. That's a good estimate. But as it has been so many times in the past, it's definitely not Duda's game to lose. So well done, definitely not Duda, for being the high point scorer. You'll get to choose a round on our next quiz, which will be on the 28th. And then there will be a short 2-week break after that, I believe. The 4th of February, I will not be quizzing, nor will I be quizzing on or live tamenting. The 4th and the 11th will be because of a prior engagement, but we'll be back on the 18th. So we've got the 21st, that'll be an art right now next week. Then we've got the 28th, that'll be a quiz. And then we'll come back on the 18th of February with something. I don't know what, but it's going to be something that's going to blow your absolute socks off. So congratulations to Definitely Not Duda. Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah, Well Time Warner Official. That's nice. Do we have a well done you on the thing? No, we don't. Maybe we should. Let's have one of them. Let's have a bit of that. Let's just have a not me face as well. That's for you. That's for you, definitely. Well done, you. Well done, you. And thank you very much for joining me, everybody. I hope you had fun. Yeah, I hope you learned a little something. Absolutely. And I hope you felt creative all at the same time. I am Notme. I am Art. And I hope that you will join me next time, same place, in 2 weeks' time, where you'll have another opportunity to improve your art and say to yourself, yeah, bibbity baby, I am smart. Thank you so, so much. A lovely, lovely time, wonderful time had by all. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. And do you know what, guys? Here's the secret. Here's the secret. I'm looking forward to it already. See ya.
So there we go, and well done you, whatever your score might be. I definitely think that you are smart, though Rob's not as smart as me. Your art will be better, trust me on this, should be nothing short of sublime. That's why you learn, and don't stop now, I'll see you right here next time. I am smart.